Okay, welcome back to Josh's Chart Labs YouTube channel. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing a trade I took on AUDUSD last week, Wednesday, that I also sent to my CHARTLAB Premium Signals group, or channel, I should say. So today I'm going to be running down exactly why I took the trade setup and how I went about and what was my thought process before taking the trade. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you guys some bit of analysis and all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's get right into it. First of all, before I start, as always, these concepts are not my concepts. I do not create these concepts. I'm not the founder of these concepts or the concepts you see in this video. Everything you see here is all Inner Circle Traders concepts, ICT. You can find all his concepts on his YouTube channel at Inner Circle Trader. Okay, so right now, okay, let's look at AUDUSD, right? So what was my thought process? So first I'm going to show you guys the daily charts, clean naked charts, and I'm going to show you all the analysis on the lower time frames. I just didn't want it all to be cluttered on one chart. Okay, so if you look at the daily chart, right, daily. Okay, so I always say this, I don't like catching tops and bottoms because I've been burned too many times doing that. So I always want to be trading with the higher time frame, IOF, institutional order flow, because as the saying goes, the trend really is your friend. Okay, so if we had to look at the daily time frame, just from like the 20, let's go from May, from the 10th of May all the way until August right now, we can clearly see that price is going lower, which means it is bearish because the institutional order flow is bearish. And how do we know that it's bearish? We can see that all the down close candles, which would be the ICT bullish order blocks, are being violated, right? And then all the up close candles, which is the ICT bearish order blocks, are all being respected. Okay, so that's how we know that this is in fact bearish and it should continue going lower. Okay, so now that we have a bias, we have a direction to where price is likely to go to next. Okay, so last week, let me get bar replay on here. Okay, so this was the 6th of August 2021. I think this was the Friday, Saturday was the 7th, Sunday was the 8th, and then Monday was the 9th. Okay, so before the week had opened, okay, I had no setup. I didn't even look at this pair until later on in the week. Okay, so if we play this forward, okay, so what can we see on the daily time frame? We can see that, okay, clearly we have a bias. It's going lower. Okay, where's our drawn liquidity? So from this zone right here, from the current price action, where's price likely to go to next with our intended bias in our mind? So we know that it's bearish, it's going lower, so we're looking for lower objectives. Okay, so first of all, we can see that there's this old low here. Okay, there's this old low, and we know what rests below this old low is liquidity in terms of sell stops. Okay, so we know that price, if it is bearish, this can be a likely objective for us to target in our sells. Okay, and what else can we see on the daily time frame? Okay, we can see that this up close candle before the down move is a bearish ICT order block. Okay, we can see price has respected it once, twice, 3 times, and then finally on Friday sold off. Okay, so now we can see that, okay, this bearish order block is now in fact being respected. And also look closely what happened after this candle right here, starting off the higher time frame PD array. We created another what? Bearish order block right there. Okay, so now we have this down or up close candle, and then we had the displacement lower, making this a valid order block. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this guys through and show you. Play it through for you guys and show you how it all planned out. And then I'm gonna go to the lower time frames and then show you the detailed analysis, because this is now, in fact, all in hindsight, because this has already happened. Okay, so if we play this along, so then we had 9th of August was Monday's trading, 10th of August was Tuesday's trading, and then the next day was 11th of August, which was, I think, it was USD news, some high impact USD news. So what I was looking at is I saw this, right? So let's make this blue. Okay, so there's buy side liquidity resting above this high. There's this little fair value gap here, and there's this order block. So there's nice confidence for prices want to come up here and then maybe find some sort of resistance, since we are bearish and we are respecting up close candles and we are disrespecting down close candles, as we can see right here, and we took out this low. And if you had to fib this from that high to this low, let's put the fib on, we can see that it kind of lines up with OTE. It's above 50%, which means it's in premium, which means it's a valid area to look for selling opportunities, right? Okay, so if we play this along, price then trades higher and then trades up into that bearish order block, takes out the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity, sorry, into the fair value gap, into the optimal trade entry, which is the OTE above 50% and the 62% retracement, as you can see right here, 62% above 50% OTE in a premium market, in a higher time frame bearish market. And what are we targeting, right? So we have this low here, then we have this low here, which is the original low that we're looking for. Okay, so if we play it along, we then see Thursday we have a bearish day, Friday we have an up day, then Monday, then boom, okay, then we go finally lower and we take out the sell side liquidity, and then that was the final objective. Okay, so that was the trade setup. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys in detail of the trade I actually took with all my lower time frame analysis. Okay, so let's go to the 30-minute chart. Okay, we can remove that now. No, actually, let's bring back the bar replay. Okay, so this was that OTE. Remember, I marked that out there. Okay, so this was that daily order block, bearish order block. I have that there. And then this is an old fair value gap high, old fair value gap low on the daily time frame. Okay, so let's look at AUDUSD. Okay, so this is the price action of the week. Okay, so first things first. Okay, what do we have here? We have an interbank dealing range. Okay, so what is an interbank dealing range? Okay, so the interbank dealing range, there's actually a video ICT teaches, or he describes what interbank dealing range is on his YouTube channel. Basically what it is when price runs external liquidity and then comes back and runs internal liquidity. So then now we have a range. What we can do with this range is from the high to the low, we can then find the midpoint, which is equilibrium, and then anything above it will be premium, anything below it will be discount. Depending on your bias, you have to have a bias for it to work, or else then yeah, you need a bias. Okay, so from that high to that low, equilibrium, somewhere around here, and then anything above it obviously would be premium, anything below it would be discount. So because we are bearish, we're looking for it to come up to a premium, to then look for selling opportunities, to then take it below the interbank dealing range low, and then finally that sell side liquidity pool, which is around 72,897. We also have the big figure 73000, and then 30 pip sweep is 72,700. Okay, so that's the interbank dealing range. We got that daily bearish order block that we hit, the first one, and then price went lower and then created that other daily bearish order block, which was this one here. Okay, and then this is the open that I've marked out. Okay, so on Wednesday, on the 11th of August, so we had Monday's trading, Tuesday's trading, then Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday price started trading aggressively off the back of the news at 8:30. It took out this buy side liquidity, okay, and then I marked out a 20 pip sweep, right? So I had a sell limit at 73,823, which was just slightly below the 20 pip sweep because I wanted a guaranteed fill, and then my stop loss was 10 pips. Okay, so my stop loss was 10 pips. It was above this little imbalance right over here, okay, above this low wick. So that was where my stop loss was, and the profile I was looking for was Wednesday half the week. Okay, so we had this nice consolidation, then we had the rally up higher, which was the manipulation. So I was looking at a nice AMD or PO3. If you look at the weekly range, we had the weekly open price consolidating, and then this is the Judah swing. So I was expecting this to be the Judah swing. And where is it trading up into? Trading up into a higher time frame PDRA daily bearish order block open, which is also in premium from this high to this low, and it's also above equilibrium of the interbank dealing range high to the interbank dealing range low. Okay, so that was my setup. Okay, so I had that outlined, my entry, my stop loss, my take profit. Okay, so this is the exact same setup I sent out to my premium channel, and I set the limit. Okay, so let's see what happens. So on Wednesday, if you played along, okay, price then comes up, hits my limit. Okay, I was in a little bit of drawdown, not too much. Then price starts to drop. Okay, let's make this a little bit faster. Okay, then price comes up again, and then it takes out the high. Doesn't hit my stop loss. I was in drawdown, I think of 7 pips, and then now I'm back in profit. Okay, so we didn't go break even on this trade anytime soon. Well, not at this point yet. I'll tell you when we went break even exactly. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys how I managed this trade from the entry to the exit. Okay, so moving into Thursday. So Thursday price started dropping. Okay, consolidated a little bit and then started dropping. Okay, so at this point right here, that's when I went break even, when price traded back to the weekly open price. Okay, so how many pips was this? Okay, yeah, around 40 pips. I think the R was... Okay, at 1:4. 1:4 on the dot. Okay, then we closed 80% of the position. Okay, so we closed 80% of the position, banking 3.2% on the trade. The risk on the trade was 1%. We closed the 80% of the position, banking 3.2%, and then we left 20% to see how far this thing could go with our stops at break even at our entry point at 73,283. Okay, so now we chilling because now we paid the trader, we risk free on the trade, so now we're just waiting to see if we're going to hit our objectives. Okay, so now at this point, this is very important on trade management, because you want to make sure that you pay yourself, especially if the market gives you profits to pay yourself. You must always make sure you do, because you don't want to be in a trade where you see profits and then ends up coming back to break even or eventually hitting a loss. Okay, so once you paid yourself, you can go risk free, and then whatever happens happens, because now you don't really care what happens to the trade. Okay, so moving into Friday. Okay, so Friday we just consolidated going into Friday. Still our stops were at break even. We're just chilling, seeing what's going to happen. I don't have any high expectations on Friday because it is Friday to end of the week. But I did state that because Thursday was an inside range day, we didn't take previous day's high or previous day's low, it meant that Friday was going to be a big range day. Okay, so if we play this along and see what happened on Friday. Okay, so Friday started pumping, it went higher, it traded up and hit the daily open bearish order block again. So we can see that it came back up, hit the body, went just up a little bit higher, nearly hit us a break even. It didn't, fall 1 pip short, and this was around 12:30. So this was like London close, where we can have the high of the day form, and that's exactly what happened on Friday. So that was the high of the day on Friday, traded back up into that daily bearish order block open. Okay, and then price then started dropping again. Okay, so that was Friday. Now I think this is moving in to Sunday's trading. Okay, so Sunday opened up and price just started trading aggressively lower again. Okay, and then now we are in Monday's trading, which was the 16th if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so Monday price went lower again, went up, kind of consolidated. Okay, and moving to Tuesday, and then Tuesday finally went lower and then took out this old low. Okay, so this was around 78 pips. So this is where we took the second partial here. So remember, we're at 80% off at 40 pips, 20% running. At 78 pips, we took 10% off and banking 0.75%. So now we only have 10% running. Now we've banked a total of, what's my math? So what, 3.2 plus 0.75. I think it's like 4 something. Okay, my math's not the best right now. So moving forward, we had 10% left on the trade. So then price just kind of dropped. Then we approached the big figure. This was all 17th of August trading. So today's the 18th. So this was yesterday. And then price then eventually went lower. Okay, this was that old low that was on the daily time frame, and then price went lower and then finally hit our objective. And then this final 10% running actually made a net profit of 1%. So the total profit on the trade was a profit of 5%. I think 5.05% in total. The RR on the trade setup in itself was 1 to 11R. So this is how I manage a trade. There's no way I will be holding for the full 1 to 11R because that just is not logical, especially on a trade that's like a one shot one kill like this, where you're trading for 100 pip setup. You don't want to be holding and being greedy and holding the whole trade setup or the whole full position. You don't need that. So we managed to net a positive of 5% on this trade, which was pretty nice. It was a nice setup. It was very, very clean. So yeah, I just thought I'd make this quick video explaining why I took that setup and what was my thought process and how I managed the setup, which is very, very important, because once you're in the trade, then your job is half done. Then you have to manage the trade, which is just as important as entering the trade. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed that a lot. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you liked. Even if you didn't like something, tell me, let me know. I'll see what I can do to improve it. I hope you learned something. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.